In theory, making a list of the best pop songs of 2018 should be really easy for me. I spent most of 2018 banging out pop songs and emo rap songs, so I finally felt like I was with the cultural zeitgeist. Now, of course, the pop songs that I were listening to were Sophie and Charlie XCX, who have no mainstream relevance, and all the trap rap that I was listening to charted in the top 100, but not in the top 40, which is where I'd make the mark of technically being eligible for this list. As such, my favorite list of this year feels kind of empty, just because there are so many songs that I wanted to put on, but just slightly didn't make it because of my rules. Worst songs, on the other hand, was really hard to make, just because there wasn't anything this year I considered atrocious. Most of the songs I disliked were just kind of boring. So overall, this is an okay list, but the year wasn't really anything special in either direction, which is kind of sad. Lights Down Low fills the same niche that Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran does, but it falls apart in every aspect where that song succeeded. Thinking Out Loud has this genuine intimacy to it. It's about flaws, it's about dreams and growing old together. And over the course of a few minutes, you get to form a bond with Sheeran and understand him as a person. Lights Down Low is impersonal. Max hires a mediocre rapper to compare his girl to another woman, and then the ending of the song just gets way too big, culminating in the music volume doubling as Max unleashes these terrible howling noises that kill any sense of personal connection or intimacy. Okay, so occasionally X got a few things right. He spices up his typical loop beat with extreme pitch shifting to create a glitchy music box atmosphere, and this combines with X's best hook and a gratifying drum beat. I'm seriously digging those free little snare knocks to make a pretty good song. Hear that? Drake's upset! He's emoting a little more than usual, only now he can't stick to a coherent topic and half of what he's saying just sounds untrue. I guess he's so upset that he forgot how to write decent lyrics. And this reads like a Thanksgiving rant. And then the beat's just a piano loop, which isn't bad, it's just dull and mostly standard. Post Malone's hooks have been getting stronger for a while now, but this is the first song where production feels up to snuff. I think it's the acoustic guitar, which really rounds off his sound into something that isn't quite as boring. It's a good direction, and I hope Post keeps heading this way, because I can foresee his music getting really good in the future. Tyga's first hit was about 8 years ago, and his rapping has not improved in the slightest. He's still slurring his way through boring flows, non-rhymes, and abysmal lyrics, and he's still rocking DJ Mustard beats too, only this time it's loaded with annoying vocal effects. It's been years, and I'm still waiting for somebody to explain the appeal of Tyga to me. I'll be honest, I think I respect Sicko Mode more than I like listening to Sicko Mode. And of course, it is great to listen to too. It has a lot of hooks and a lot of great moments. Overall, I respect how progressive the song is in nature. I hope this song is a big influence on younger trap stars and that they start releasing songs that are more interesting in structure and have a lot of crazy switch-ups. Hello, Rich the Kid, this is your record executive. While you're repeating your bargain bin lyrics about money, drugs, and hoes, I was wondering if you could sound a little bit enthusiastic about these things. Okay, well, can you at least finish your sentences and not just trail? Well, okay, Rich the Kid just walked away from me. This beat is okay, or at least it wouldn't be if the drums weren't mixed so darn high. It's like eavesdropping on your neighbor listening to Brian Eno while your roommate is practicing drumming a few feet away from you. Hello, I would like to order a guilty pleasure with extra guilt. Because, yeah, 6ix9ine's a terrible person, and you can look at literally anyone else's worst of the year list to hear why the song sucks, and I agree. But there's something about this song. It's just one chord with a 2-note flow and some effects. But this song's trash. Why can I not stop listening to it? I've listened to this thing way more than I'd like to admit. Wow. X's definition of atmosphere is a reverberated piano line with drums and one synth line playing the melody, leaving him outclassed by all the other major emo rappers who create much more luscious soundscapes to rap over. Where this song really earns my ire is the premise, where X threatens suicide if his girlfriend tries to leave him, and knowing how much he actually abused his girlfriend just makes this song that much harder to listen to. From what I've heard of K-pop, every song is incoherent, jumping between at least 3 different songs with little care for transitions. However, all of the different sections of a song tend to be pretty good. I find the song in particular works best at its most haunting. For example, the introduction and the pre-choruses. And the chorus has a strong punch and a great hook. While the rapping sections at the beginning are the weakest bit of a song, the flows are still good, and the song gets bonus novelty points. 2018 is the year where I finally snapped with indie pop, with this song being one of my least favorite examples of the genre. There's no interesting sound direction with the synthesizers, and the verses are almost entirely empty without the vocals, until it's chorus time, and now it's a youth anthem and everything is larger than life with pounding bass drums and... oh, there's still nothing else. They didn't even write a bridge, they're just choosing to recycle the pre-chorus. The only way this could be worse was if they were doing the indie voice. This is another piano loop trap beat, but with a good amount of rhythmic complexity. The piano chords and the flow don't line up in a predictable manner. There's a nice push and pull of a song that's both trying to lull you to sleep but force you awake, and that's exactly what I like about it. Hands down, the worst trap beat of the year is just 6 looping chords played on a dull instrument with a lame drum beat. There's no depth or intricacy to this song, and it sounds like it's thrown together in an afternoon, and there's nothing close to enough to hide the unbearable scratchiness in Lil Baby's voice, as he doesn't have anything interesting to say about how much money he has. And let's not forget that he tried to pass off "wah wah wah, bitch I'm a baby" as a good lyric. In all the attempts to discover what the song and video mean, I think most people ignored how good the song is by itself. For a trap song, the beat's very unique, with the drums being more tribal and the bass being a gritty monotone, with crazy vocal harmonies in the intro and chorus. Of course, the song is instantly memorable and striking, as well as having a great haunting conclusion. I'd recommend giving this song another listen if you only watched the video once to see what all the fuss was about. Pop songs historically has been to be memorable and catchy so that people come back to listen to them again and again, but there are certain songs that aim to be pleasant enough to listen to while being as unmemorable as possible so that people never grow tired of a song. Basically, hold music is now on the pop charts. These lyrics are equally nondescript. Girls like you run around with guys like me. None of these words mean anything. What quality do girls like you have? They like fun. Awesome. What qualities do guys like me have? Oh, we like fun too, me and everyone else. Like, this is how a 3rd grader writes. I was correct in assuming that this song would be the obvious choice for this year's list, and there's a good reason for it. Obviously, the star of this show is Lauryn Hill, whose voice has been sped up to match the incessant hi-hat beat. Everything else in the song is just extra, as the bass takes frequent smoke breaks and Drake is just a glorified DJ, here to guide the song and yell "Shake Your Beauty" a few times, but he is a good DJ, and this is a good party song. So apart from the completely unnecessary build-up section, the beat to the song is actually pretty good. The only problem is Timberlake's singing. There's a weird effect he's doing that jarbles his pitch so it clashes with the rest of the song, and his voice yelps at the end of every single line. This melody has 2 modes, where it either stays immobile to accentuate the showcase vibe the song has, or launching upwards to build suspense. And in theory, these are both good ideas, but in practice this song just sounds horrible because of it. Man, I'd hate to see the clean version. Whew. The synth tones of the song are just so warm and inviting. They're like a wool blanket by a fireplace. There are a few cool percussion buildups too, and for the most part Cabello just emanates cuteness. Especially in the chorus and on the 2nd verse, and it well makes up for any parts of the song she doesn't sound as great on. But honestly, the song is so warm and luscious that I'm just pulled in every time. First off, I'd like to congratulate Mr. Black for not only being the first artist to top my year-end list twice, but for doing it in 2 consecutive years. But with that said, I don't actually blame the failure of the song in Kodak Black, not because his verse is any good or anything like that, but because Bruno Mars has found a way to ruin all of the goodwill that he's built up over the last few years. Again, his attempt at being smooth, well, let's say his jar of Skippy's been sitting out in the snow for a while, and he ends the hook with this echo at all of the wrong frequencies. And the beat's miserable too. It's laid back and oozes sparkles, and wait, what movie was this song released for? Something this sparkly can only be the ending credits theme to a movie, and honestly, at this point they should have just gotten Michael Bolton to sing on it instead of Bruno Mars. Also, I think I'm missing something with the lyrics. The song is about being fly, but they're singing about airplanes. I think there's a clever joke in here that I don't really understand. If somebody could help me out with this, it would be greatly appreciated. What strikes me most about Juice WRLD is the atmosphere dripping from all of the beats that he uses, and the way that the sting guitar is used with just the right amount of reverb to make this heavenly bell sound is a perfect example. And while Juice isn't a lyrical genius, he might be a melodic one because I really like his singing on every single line of his track, so for me it's more than enough to ignore how immature of a breakup song this is. And the more I listen to emo rap, the more I'm kind of drawn into how immature it is and find it to be part of the appeal, even if I do like my immaturity to be closer to Linkin Park than Glassjaw.